There's new news, sort of, on the free agent front or the hot stove front with popular names like Freddie Freeman and unpopular names like Carlos Correa. Starting with Correa, apparently he wants a lot of money. He wants the bag and a half. $330 million is his reported asking price, or $330 million plus $350. I think he wants to be the highest paid shortstop ever. I don't know if he has enough fans in the league to go out and get that, but he goes out, he hires Scott Boras. Look, if I'm the Dodgers and you go and give Carlos Correa more money than Corey Seager just got, that's a good way for Brandon Gomes to go and lose some fans right quick.
Yeah, I mean, he's controversial. Obviously, people are going to say whatever they want to say in terms of whether or not they want him, but I think it's safe to say at this point, given his asking price, or let's say reported asking price, because we all know how things work out there, I just don't really think that it's in the cards for them one way or another. I didn't really think they were going to get him before he hired Scott Boras, but now that he has, I think that maybe they're looking at that and going, hey, we don't want to deal with even another Scott Boras guy right now. We just can't do this. So I don't imagine that he'll get that contract. I think he'll probably, I don't even know where he's going to go, but like, I feel like his options have to be dwindling a little bit.
It's going to be less money to go to New York and play for the Yankees, or it's going to be tail between your legs going back to Houston. Nobody else has the money. Nobody else is close enough to winning, or nobody has the open spot at shortstop to go out and sign this guy. So
Austin Lambert said he's worth $275 at 8 years. I will agree because I don't know.
Is UGM?
That this is Gomi.
Is that Gomes' burner account? We got Juice Nero saying, "Mark my words, Carlos Correa will be a Dodger by Easter." Okay.
Remember when
he signed
Nolan Arenado was supposed to be a Dodger by Christmas?
Never said which Christmas.
Is that Jim Bowden we're speaking to?
It's the ghost of Jim Bowden. Louis asks, what do you guys think on Chris Bryant? We talked about Chris Bryant a good number of times over the offseason.
A fine-looking man.
Yeah, he's very pretty.
It's about all I have to offer to that conversation.
Steamy blue eyes. Is that a descriptor for eyes? Steamy. Yeah.
Sounds painful.
He's got a fine coif of hair. Yeah. Also a good baseball player. I think he would add a lot to this team. It feels like right now the Dodgers need to add left-handed slug suddenly to the lineup. Segue, Freddie Freeman. Apparently there's now a sticking point in the Freddie Freeman thing that was, I mean, it's been known for a majority of the offseason, but Freeman and the Braves have remained apart in years in getting a contract extension done in the past, and now a free agency contract this offseason. Alden Gonzalez, ESPN, friend of the show. I mean, we haven't had him on, but we've talked to him a whole bunch. He feels the Dodgers, like most people, he feels the Dodgers can be in play. Obviously, there's a lot of connective tissue there with him being a local enough boy, him being good at baseball, and the Dodgers like good at baseball players. But he wants 6 years, and that just doesn't feel like a Dodger thing. Yes.
I'm very confused by this comment. My wife's boyfriend says Jock should come back. I don't know what it means, but I like it a lot.
It's a good comment.
That's a good way. That's a good way to derail me, guys.
Yeah, it derailed the momentum of something set up nice.
Yeah, it was real set up nice.
I don't remember what I said. I thought it was real pretty.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about Freddie coming out to L.A. Obviously, all the connective tissue is there. It makes sense on
6
paper.
years, though. Dodgers don't do 6 years, it feels like.
Well, listen.
Outside of Mookie.
You guys can keep asking for it all you want. I just don't think that there's any situation that the Braves let Freddie Freeman walk. I mean, he's the face of the franchise. He's the guy who's been there forever. He's the guy who's made it clear that he wants to play in Atlanta long term. He's never changed from that. I don't know what would change now other than the fact that he's waiting on a new CBA to get maybe possibly a better deal or a better contract that's more ideal for his situation. I can't imagine that he is just going to walk away for a little bit of more money from Atlanta. I mean, granted, if he comes to the Dodgers, he has another shot at a title. That there's something to be said about that. He's also just coming off of a title, so I don't necessarily think that will be his singular biggest influence or deciding factor or motivator, whatever you want to call it. But I cannot envision a situation where the Braves let anybody outbid them. I just can't.
But we now look at Ken Rosenthal's report from today in The Athletic, where apparently, I think this was probably old news, but whatever. It's new again because there is no real new news. The Braves were in conversations, at least preliminary, just early talks with the Athletics and trying to get Matt Olsen, which is a fine first base replacement. You go out, you win a World Series, you have a nice breakup point there. Let the man go. He wants 6 years. They don't have that kind of money, maybe. They should have money after winning a World Series, but
it all went towards Jock's pearls. Yeah, there's just too many of them.
Sign Jock, play him at first base. That'll be great.
Oh boy, here we go. We got this is a good one. I like this. We don't usually get super chatted for hate. Why Newman over YouTube says, why are you hating on Freeman to Dodgers purple jersey guy? Also, Correa is a cheating blankety blank. I'm not hating on it. I'm being realistic and using my expertise in the background of baseball and my knowledge of free agency and my knowledge of years past of how the Dodgers work and operate, and assuming that will not happen. That being said, I've been wrong many times.
I was really expecting you to say and knowledge of your mom.
I was really looking for a mom comment as I was going through that, but then I just decided to not go after the guy who just gave us $5. And I think that's reasonable. Thank you for the money that I will be using towards your mom's services. Found it. Found it.
Look, we're not going to accost you.
I hope his mom's not dead.
If we love your mom. She's a nice person.
She's been through it a few times.
Ryan says Jock at first, Lux in center field. Look, we made it very clear here. We really hope Gavin Lux is not on this team next year. Only because he can go out and he's such a great ball player.
Gavin,
a bright
you go out and do you.
Such a bright future in this league. He should get traded to somewhere where the Dodgers get pitching back that they need, and then he could be the star in Milwaukee. He likes that place, right?
Gavin, I heard Guangdong is really nice this time of year. So if you're looking for a place to vacation for the rest of the year, head out west of California. I don't think we're ever gonna get his love back. I just think we're at a point where it's just there's no way for it to happen.
I can't wait till we see him again. It's gonna be lovely because at this point we just hug it out and let's hug it out, bitch. I think that's what it is. Dink and Flicka. Final note: there was some, I guess, early, or I don't know, is it early? More BS on Clayton Kershaw of. Not even BS. It's just more of the same. What we know about Clayton Kershaw. But our friend Dave Vassay talked about us talking about him. So we got this nice love triangle happening here with DV this offseason because he's one of the few people that are saying anything along the lines of the things we're saying. So he gave us a shout out in his coverage. We appreciate that. And his coverage of the Clayton Kershaw free agency. And he said, he kind of added to something he said that wasn't, I guess, an overly complete thought. But he said, while it's probable that Clayton Kershaw returns, you still need to court him like a premier free agent and make him feel wanted. So we're at that point in the relationship. You really want to love and hug and embrace him.
Everybody wants to feel wanted. You don't want to show up to a place, you go to dinner with somebody and they're just looking down at their phone and, they're kind of just, they're there, they agree to the date and they'll pay for it. They agree to that. And you matched up well on Hinge and you liked each other's pictures and everything like that. You talked about what you want to be when you grow up and stuff like that. But, you want to feel wanted. You want to feel appreciated. You want eye contact. You want love. You want forehead kisses.
Are you going out with a dog?
Yeah.
You want to cuddle? You want somebody to play with your paw pads?
Is that a euphemism?
I really don't know anymore.